Hello, hello, hello. Hello. Okay, let's see. Alright, welcome to another live stream. Hello. 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 Alright, I think we're good. I was having microphone issues. We're not issues, but it's just the voice is going. Yeah, the voice was a bit louder than I expected. Alright, welcome to another New York live stream. And gold just keeps ripping up. I'm waiting for gold to do some sort of pullback, but no, this is a daily time frame, mind you. This is each candle represents a day. So from here to here, it's been 25 days. It's been 25 days, yeah. And we've moved up 10%. That is insane for gold. Gold has moved up 10% in the last 25 days. That has to be some sort of record. That has to be some sort of record. Yeah, no. I'm waiting for gold to have some sort of retracement, but it keeps breaking it keeps breaking higher highs. Keeps making higher highs. I was hoping for gold to have some sort of retracement like this, you know, this, and then the next candle would come back down to test these lows, and then we could possibly push up. Like this would be a support candle. Oof. Yeah, this is what I was hoping for for it to happen. But we'll wait for this week's close. Again, tomorrow we have a lot of news coming in, so we'll wait for this week's close and see because at this point, if we come down, I will buy gold. I think gold will probably be the best investment, or the best safest investment in the long term. Because I don't see the current economic and political situations to calm down for quite a bit, just because what's happening in the Middle East, U.S.'s involvement. I really don't think we're gonna, you know, it's gonna. I'm not sure if things are gonna continue to worsen, but I have my theories and um, thoughts to make to align with gold to go up. So I think gold is gonna go up in the long term, 100%. All right, let's dive into some analysis, right? So far, 4 hour we have so 4 hour we've created a higher high. We've broken above the previous candle's low in London session. So London session brought a lot of volume. The candle broke above the previous candle's high, and in this scenario, I should continue to push up unless we close bearish in the 4 hour, which is in the next, excuse me, 40 minutes. All right, perfect. So let's identify some support and resistance. We can see that we have support, we have resistance here, right? We have resistance here. Well, right here, and then we have identified support right here. So what I would like to do is wait for candle to either break above or break below, because below we have about 48 pip range, and then above it's the sky is the limit, right? The sky really is the limit. So I think when the sky is the limit, you can get out 10 to 15 pips. So wait for close of 3701. Yeah, I see. Another thing is gold reacts to psychological numbers. So 3700, there's no data here, there is no structure here previously. This is new territory for gold. But why did it have resistance at 3700? Right? This tapped right at 39,900 almost, and it came down. So there is a possibility, not in the possibility, there is a resistance at 3,700 right now. And if we break above that resistance, we continue up to about 3705, just because gold likes to move in in certain ranges. But because it's a 3,700, it's a big number. It's a psychological number, and then we can have sell orders here. So wait for candle to close above 3701 for buys, and then wait for a candle to close below 3692 for sells. Okay, I think we're good. All right, let's do some further analysis here on GJ. What's happening on GJ? So we've broken above the previous candle's high. I think we should continue to push up. We have a resist. I'm going to remove all the drawings here. So we have a resistance here. Let's take a look at 1 hour. Yeah, GJ doesn't have tradable ranges right now because above this we have 7 pips. Above that we have another 8 pips. So until we clear out these areas, I don't think it's really interesting. But I do think we're heading up. Doji, 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 doji. We're just consolidating this whole thing. This whole thing is just consolidation. 4 hour. Yep. Mm. So I think I'm gonna stick to gold. I'm gonna stay with gold, and as it has the most probability. What's up with Bitcoin? Bitcoin. Oh, I think Bitcoin we formed support. Okay, so Bitcoin we have formed some sort of support for us to take us back in the 116 ranges and then continue above in the 118, 119. Mm. So yeah, Bitcoin will form support. Ethereum, what is this? Mm. Oh, we're coming down on gold. So we've broken below the previous candle's low. With volume, should we be able to continue to push down? 7:30. Do we have news? 7:26 right now. So December, September. Today. Okay, we have USD retail sales data in 4 minutes. Canadian USD CAD. So USD CAD have CPI. Let's see. Let's see. USD CAD. Oh, holy! This is a bloodbath. This is so. Wow. So what this basically means, well, in the higher time frame, this is consolidating. But when you look at it on the lower time frame, it seems like it has been dropping for um, last couple of days, right? Now, what this means is that USD CAD, USD is in front of Canadian dollar. So if this pair goes up, it means the USD is stronger than Canadian dollar. If this pair goes down, that means the USD is uh, weaker than Canadian dollar. So let's see how it affects. We're still in the range. We are still in the range. Yeah, I flow scope. This is too much. Yeah, 1 minute. We have retail sales data. We're anticipating for gold to continue to push up because USD data is going to be weaker, and let's see how weak it is. So I'm gonna do this. I will enter a small buy. How much time do we have left? We have 20 seconds left. I'm gonna enter a small buy. Should I enter a small buy? That will be gambling. That will be pure gambling. Price is moving down. Nah, I'm gonna yeah. Oh, whoa, look at that. I'm glad I didn't enter a buy. If we break above this candle, I think we should continue to push. Nice. What is the oh, positive. Positive. We have positive data for USD retail sales. I guess there is no um all right, people are still shopping. I was expecting this number to be negative right now just because, there's job uncertainty, there's political uncertainty. But no, I was expecting this number to be positive when, in the third quarter, when Christmas time. But apparently, everybody is out there shopping. I'm glad I did not enter a sell. I will just close this. What's USD CAD? Wow, corrected this whole move. CPI, oh, it's negative. Okay. there's so much volume. There's so much volume that I think I can get down to the pause. I can go down to 5 minute time frame and anticipate a move there. Take a trade there, right? Ooh, leaving a wick all the way down. So what I'm looking at for me to be in sells on 5 minute time frame is for the next candle is, let's see. So what I'm looking at for in order for me to take sales on 5 minute is for this candle to close bearish, so this candle to close red, next candle to wick up, and then as it's breaking its own low, that's where I'll enter and then continue for sales. But it depends on how this candle closes it. So let's say if it closes like this, as it wicks up, because this candle, the 15 minute hasn't created a higher wick. So let's say if it closes like this, the next candle should continue to push down. The next candle, as it's breaking its low, it should continue to push down. That is what I'm looking for. So let me explain it again. So in order for me to take a trade in 5 minutes, because this candle, this current 15 minute hasn't created a higher wick, what I would want it to do is I would want 5 minute to close bearish, close red, and the next 5 minute candle to wick up, and then as it's breaking its own low, as the candle is coming down, price is coming down, that's where entry will be, and the stop loss will be above the previous candle's high, for price to continue to push down. That's something that I'm looking for. We have 7 seconds for this candle to close. What are we doing? What are we doing? Don't like it. Do not like it at all. I think because yeah, this is not time to explain. I'll explain here shortly. There is a buy stop. Actually, I'm gonna enter buys right here. The reason being is that if we take a look at on 15-minute time frame, I've seen this happen quite a bit where the previous candle had a wick, came down, and closed with full body. We didn't have enough space range for price to continue to push down. So we wicked down, and now we're going to continue to push up and possibly fill this whole candle. So I've entered buys here, and I'm up about 8 pips. That's 12. Okay, about 10 pips. And my stop loss is Bray. Let me see. Yeah, this is good. All right. So I've entered buys on the break above this candle's high. The reason being is that on 15 minute, if we take a look at the previous candle, the previous candle came down, created no wick at all. So I've seen this happen a lot of times where the price continues to push in that same direction, but it comes up and breaks above its own high and then continues to push up and fills this previous candle. So based on experience, and I've seen this happen quite a bit, I've entered a trade in a lower time frame, breaking this candle's high, anticipating for price to continue to push up. Mm, what is this bullshit? I should have secured for 10 pips. All right, let's see. I think we can still continue to push up. Oh, sorry, push down. The stops are way too big. Stops way too big. All right, I've entered in sell here. As the price broke below this area, I'm anticipating for this candle to continue to push down. So I've entered in sells here, chat, and once the price break below this current candle, then the stops will be right above. So what we're anticipating is for it to continue to push down and fill this range on the left hand side. If we break below this low, then we should continue to push down. And at that point, the stop loss will be the current candle's high. Up until then, it's I'm gonna let the price do its thing. This is the last 15 minute of the hour. Yeah. Let me see what the hourly 4 hour is gonna close bearish. 1 hour is gonna close bearish. 30-minute closing bearish. 15-minute. So even if 15-minute doesn't close bearish, because the higher time frames are indicating for price to continue to push down, I think our sells should still work out. Okay. Yeah. So, like I said, if we continue to push down and break these lows, we should be able to um, complete this range, and that is what the targets are. And because even if we look at, because this is a 4 hour close, 4 hour we're closing bearish, 1 hour we're also closing bearish, and down to 30-minute we are bearish as well. So I'm anticipating for price to give us a push. Even if price closes like this, I am more than happy to stay in the trade because next candle will break below this current candle's low and continue to push. Let's see, we have yeah, nice. साद आवाज इंक्रीज करें सही तो आ रही है आवाज मैंने भी चेक की है This is the last 15 minute of the hour. Ideally, you don't want to be in the trade in the last 15 minutes. That's the ideal situation. Okay, we're breaking below the current candle's low. I'm at $70, about 20 pips in. I'm gonna bring my stop loss to current candle's high, and yeah. About 2 minutes remaining in the 4 hour to close. I do want this 15-minute to close bearish. It's just right on the edge. I do want it to close bearish because once it closed bearish, there's a higher probability for the next candle to continue to drive lower. Okay. All right. Here's the push. All right. I'm closing full right here. Perfect. That is the close. And I do think the price should continue to push down, but it's the beginning of four candle. We could flip up, even create a higher wick. So I don't want to be part of that. But I saw the push coming in, and I saw volume coming in, and I exited the trade there. Perfect. I think that was, I wouldn't say perfectly executed sales, but just because it was in the last 15 minutes, it would have been so much better if I waited and entered for sells here. This would have been a 1 minute trade done, right? Whereas I entered right here and then waited for a stay and drawdown, all of that. All right, with that, I will close the